Well, welcome back to American Valor Bourbon. Today, we're going to do a little experiment. Again, welcome back. Today here on American Valor Bourbon, we're going to do a little thing with this Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. But before we get started, if you haven't already liked the channel, go ahead and like the channel and subscribe. Go ahead and like this video on any of the platforms you're currently seeing it on. And let's go ahead and get into it. So I have here Elijah Craig C925. So what I want to do is I want to taste it in different ways to see how it changes the nose and the palate, to give you a little bit more of a look into what these things can do to it. So first, we're going to just drink it straight. I'll give you what I think and what I'm getting from it. Then we're going to add a little bit of water to it, see how that changes it in any way. And then I just put this ice in the glass. I'm going to go ahead and pour that first before I get into the other stuff so it can sit a little bit, and then that'll be the last thing that we do. I wanted to choose something that had some proof to it because that can obviously lower the proof just a little bit, not by much at all, but I wanted to see if that did anything to maybe ethanol or anything else with it being higher proof, and see what it comes out. So let's go ahead and pour into the rocks glass first so it can kind of do its thing. And then I'm going to go ahead, pour into the Glen, and then we'll go ahead and get into it. All right. Right away, big whiff of vanilla, little brown sugar, get a little bit of apple, already just a very easygoing, great nose, doesn't lack in any way. Let's go ahead and go in for the taste. Right away, toffee. Big toffee note. Definitely the proof hits. This one, you can definitely feel the proof as it goes down. Brown sugar comes through a little bit on the palate. Definitely get some deep oak. But the ethanol from the nose doesn't hit too hard, but you definitely taste the proof as you're drinking this. Again, my face might be showing something different. The proof isn't that bad. I can handle it, obviously, but it is very proof heavy with this. I know in other videos I've done with some things that have more proof than others, sometimes that proof just doesn't hit, meaning that you don't feel it as much. This one, you definitely feel it. But again, it's a great solid pour. You know, Elijah Craig, they come out with their A, B, and C batch. Some are better than others. This one, again, is a good pour, so it's really good. But let's go ahead, and now I want to add a little bit of water. I wish I had a little dropper. Unfortunately, I don't. So I'm just going to pour just a little bit of water in there. Swirl it around a little bit. See what changes. All right, so now that there's some water in it, the nose is definitely a little subdued. The vanilla still comes in quite a bit. Not really getting as much brown sugar. Now I'm getting maybe a little citrus with the water added to it. But yeah, no, that brown sugar definitely is subdued quite a bit. The vanilla still deeply comes through. Except for the fact that it's subdued, still a good nose. It's just not getting as much out of it with the water added. But the vanilla and the citrus definitely. All right, let's go ahead and go in for the taste now. Okay. Not surprising. The proof doesn't hit as hard now that I've added some water. Um, Definitely a little bit easier to drink. Toffee still comes through. Again, brown sugar's really not there now. Um, Oak is still there. On the finish, definitely getting a black pepper note that I wasn't getting uh, without the water, or I really didn't seem to get it from what I remember before. There is a black pepper note now. Um, not there a lot, but I definitely get it. But the toffee is there. Uh, Again, that brown sugar that I did get a little of from the nose to the palate before, not really there as much anymore, and then a little bit of a citrus note. Easier to drink, proof wise. Um, Outside of the proof, as of right now, I probably like it better without the water in it. But obviously the water made it a lot easier to drink. Still very good. Now, obviously this has been sitting in some ice now. Unfortunately, since I mainly drink straight, I didn't have any bigger cubes or balls of ice ready to go. So I had to put some just regular old cubes from the freezer in here. But let's go in. Very, very subdued, obviously. And because it's not in a Glen, it's a little bit harder to get some of those notes. Still get a hint of vanilla. I'm still getting some brown sugar. Not there a lot. Other than that, you're not getting much. So let's go ahead and in for the taste. Obviously very cold now that it's been sitting on ice. Toffee comes through, but that's about it. Maybe a little bit of that pepper on the finish as well, but obviously this subdued it quite a bit. No surprise there. I'm sure all of you watching would have said the same thing or were saying the same thing. So much more easier to drink for those that may not drink whiskey all the time, obviously the harshness of the proof isn't going to be there. Some of those flavors and how much they may hit you aren't going to be there. So, you know, drinking whiskey, bourbon over ice is always going to be a lot simpler than drinking it straight or even with a little bit of water. Considering I used to drink bourbon and whiskey with ice quite a bit, I don't think I could ever really go back to this on a regular basis. Having whiskey with some ice in it, no issues there. Obviously, if you are one that drinks it with ice, that's how you drink it, and I'm totally fine with that. If you put some water in it, and that's how you drink it, totally fine with that. How you like to drink it is totally fine. If you enjoy whiskey in a certain way, that could be straight, that could be with a little water, that could be on ice, that could be a mixed drink of some sort, by all means, keep doing that. Enjoy whiskey how you like to enjoy it. But with ice, I just don't know if I can do it very often. And then if you put it in cocktails in some way, shape, or form, whether it's something as simple as an old-fashioned or something along those lines, by all means continue to do it. I just got back from Barbados for a week. My drink of choice throughout that week was either an old-fashioned when I was drinking whiskey or a whiskey sour. Now, at the all-inclusive, besides Jack and Jim and like Crown, the other main one they had was Maker's Mark, so pretty much everything I was drinking whiskey-wise had Makers in it, which on its own, for cheap, is a great pour to have. If you have it on your bar, by all means, keep drinking Maker's Mark. I love it. I love to drink it straight. So outside of that, I still would go with the straight. Even though for the Elijah Craig, the proof did hit pretty hard on this one, still enjoyed it quite a bit. It was a little subdued, adding water, but you still got some of those, some of that nose, some of that palate in there. Definitely was easy to drink. And then most of it goes away in the ice. And again, as you went down further and further, that proof disappeared. And you really didn't taste it. But ultimately, at least for this, I'm going to drink it straight almost every time. Hope you enjoyed this little experiment. If you've never done this, or if you've kind of evolved in the way you do your drinking of whiskey, try this out one day. You know, I did it with this, easily do it with any of the other ones. Just see what comes out of doing some experiments. Sometimes you may be pleasantly surprised. But hope you enjoyed this. As always, drink responsibly. Again, if you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe. Hope to see you again on the next video. And toast to valor, savor the spirit.